and tear it down. Call as a quarterback and send him out. I feel it, air it out, air it out. I hit it, clear it out, clear it out. I feel like Superman and tear it down. Call as a quarterback and send him out. Take off. I'm on a rocket, a space dog. Bought a new car from Elon, wanna race. I've been asking how long is it gonna take. I've been cracking the code, had to break it safe. I've been writing my wrongs, had to change my ways. I was stuck in one place, so I had to shake. They try holding me down, but I found my way. Roddy Rich and go bicycle love me. Ride away, then my heart went on ice again. Find the balance, my patience been going thin. In the field every day till I reach the end. I've been up on your side like we had a bounce. Ain't no way that they think that it's stopping now. I've been waiting for my turn to wait. Come around, air it out, air it out. I had to clear it out, clear it out. I feel like Superman and tear it down. Call as a quarterback and send him out. I feel it, air it out, air it out. I had to clear it out. I feel like Superman and tear it down. Call as a quarterback and send him out.
What's up, football fans, and welcome to the Air It Out podcast. I'm your humble host. My name is Avery. I am joined here by the best crew in America. I said it, ladies and gentlemen. These analysts are the best. Coach Braxton, Darius, and the 1+1 are in the building. Coach, say what's up to the people.
Free agency
Oh, God.
is nuts.
Alrighty.
It's nuts for everyone.
Yep.
Like, as much as y'all think I'm going to sit here and talk about my Ravens, nah, it's so many other things going on. Like, that's the last on my mind at this point. Like, it's just so crazy right now. I love it. This is one of my favorite times of the offseason. I don't know about anybody else, but the moves.
You said
And Justin Fields ain't moved yet.
Listen, man. Your team has done a lot. Your team has been making a lot of moves, and so some very interesting ones. One, I see you're donning the New York Jets. You know, say what's up to the people. How you feeling?
Let me be clear. Aaron Rodgers does not deserve to be vice president, no sir. But this is not a political podcast. This is the Air It Out podcast, and despite the man I'm wearing being the flip-floppiest human being I've ever met, or not met, I've ever had rep green and white in my lifetime as a fan, you got to support your team, no matter how horrible and wrong the person leading it is.
I feel you. I get it. Is that MVP or just VP or both? Are we talking
This
both?
Better be
We
like
might see him win MVP and be the VP.
I'm
That's
just
history
saying
right there.
that would be absolutely absurd.
I can't. No. Like, let me ask you guys something. In 2011, when Aaron Rodgers won his first Super Bowl, someone would have told you, like, that guy's going to be vice president one day. Would you believe him?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Darius, what's up? Tell the people what's up.
What's going on? This 2 weeks in a row that we're all here. Like 2 weeks, right? Last week we was here, this week we here, and it's the best time of the NFL season.
I mean,
Free
like,
agency,
I think it's because like we were all so busy on weekends doing our own stuff, and now like it's Thursday. We're grown men coming home from work. We got to come in and put.
It's called adulting. It's called adulting.
It's called adulting.
We're here to talk football. We here to talk free agency. I think everybody here is excited. I know I'm excited. Not really with my team, but just in general, just the sense of just the free agency, like anxiety that you get. Like, who is my team gonna sign? Where is this player gonna go? So I'm excited, man. I'm ready to let's get cooking, man. I'm ready.
Man,
All right, say less. Say less. Let's get cooking.
Let's get cooking.
I'm not there's not a lot you can be mad at with what these teams are doing, on the exception of maybe one or two of them, but we'll get to that.
All right. Well, let's get cooking. Let's start with the first subject, the first topic tonight. What are your favorite and your worst signings? Let's just do it very simple. Favorite and worst signings, Coach. I'm gonna start with you because you got that smirk on your face, like you got something to drop. So, what are your favorite and worst signings so far?
All right, so hear me out here. First off, there's particularly two teams I want to really say had good signings. First off, and I don't want you to take this wrong, Darius, but your team had one good signing for sure. Y'all signed Jacoby Brissett. That was a great pickup for him. Even though he's not like a franchise guy, he's not the end all be all. He's a guy that's going to get y'all right and at least keep you competitive. You will not be a miserable show like you was last year with Mac Jones and what was the other guy? Zappy or something like that?
Bailey Zappi.
Yeah.
It
So
was Max season.
I love
Zap.
the signing of Jacoby Brissett. I love the signing of, and hear me out, Devin White. There's one thing that the Eagles needed was a linebacker for years. Like every time an Eagles fan came and said, "Oh, we're great," I said, "Nah, y'all ain't got no linebackers. Where they at?" Can't say that no more. That Devin White signing was amazing. But the signing I really didn't like, surprisingly enough, everybody, was Derrick Henry. I as much as everyone's saying this was a great signing, he's a 30-year-old running back. The NFL is not nice to 30-year-old running backs. I would love him in the playoffs, but I don't know. This is one of the ones that's not a favorite signing of mine. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it. Darius, favorite and worst. Talk to me.
Jacoby Brissett is going to be a bridge quarterback. Hopefully, we draft a rookie quarterback and then he mentors him. That's the goal. But it was a good signing. That was
for now.
Yeah, that was a signing that I was expecting. The one that I'm like Devin White to the Eagles, I think that's a good fit. We talked about it last week. Saquon to the Eagles. I think Howie knew what he needed to do. I think he heard the fans, and the Eagles needed to run the ball. And people forget Saquon is a 3-down running back. Like, he can do everything. He can block, he can catch the ball out the backfield, and he can run the ball. And what that does is it takes the pressure off of Jalen Hurts from running the ball. The only thing the Eagles have to do is actually run the ball, something that they strayed away from. DeAndre Swift leaving, but picking up Saquon, I think that was a good signing and a very, very underrated signing that no one's talking about. Danielle Hunter going to Houston, pairing up with Will Anderson Jr. Can you just imagine those two? They're going to cause nightmares for opposing team quarterback. And I think that signing not only is good for the Texans, but as a mentor to Will Anderson Jr. because he's only going to get better. And now you're looking at possibly 2 double-digit sacks guys on both sides of on each side of the on the end. So I think that was a very underrated signing for Houston. The worst, I'm sorry, Avery, we talked about it. Kirk Cousins, I think you guys overpaid. I think you overpaid for somebody who's coming off an injury. Now, if Kirk wasn't coming off that injury, different story. Is he a good quarterback? Yes, but it's just the injury that he's coming off of, and you got to think he's going to be dropping back. Your offensive line is a little bit questionable, but I just didn't really like that signing for the amount that you pay. I like the signing. It really is just the amount that you gave him. But I understand it's a business and you want to win, and that division to me is wide open. So I understand, but that was my worst signing.
Okay, not mad at it. Not mad at it all. Real quick, to coaches. One of your stats about Devin White, and you said that was a really good signing. Quick stat for you, I see from Thomas R. Peterson on X says Devin White against the run among linebackers since 2020. I got this actually from Deontay. Shout out to Deontay. In 2023 against the run, that was last season, worst. In 2022, fourth worst. In 2021, second worst. In 2020, fourth worst. Just going to put that out there. I'm going to leave it there.
Name a better linebacker for the Eagles.
I can name plenty.
Devin White right now. You name one of their linebackers last year that was really good.
I can name plenty, but Juan, I'm going to go to you. I'm going to go to you for your favorite and worst sign.
I'll make it quick. Y'all took a bunch of my favorites. So I'm going to have to go into the backyard for this one. Favorite, I have to say, a lot of what the Detroit Lions have been doing in free agency. DJ Reader signing today for 2 years, $27 million. Only about near $9 million of it guaranteed is outstanding. A lot of the papers here refer to him as Snack Harrison, who was a legendary run stopper for whatever team he signed up for, but is also a really good pass rusher. 9.5 sacks out of the nose tackle position last year. Insane. Only Aaron Donald can even hit close to at least. Only Aaron Donald's like the closest person to around that sack range near that position. So this is a great signing for Detroit. Not to mention getting Carlton Davis in a trade with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a number one corner when healthy. The only issue is he's not always healthy. So as long as he can stay on the field, I think Detroit's really doing a good job of cleaning up their defense and solidifying it into a top 10, maybe 12 unit going into 2024. My worst one, I got two. The first one is the Cleveland Browns signing Jameis Winston to the roster for a myriad of reasons I can get into. But the main one I have here is that I think Joe Flacco was the better quarterback that the Browns could have kept, especially with how injury-riddled Deshaun Watson was last year. There's no guarantee he's going to be 100% going into 2024. And it's better to have an insurance policy that you trust, like Joe Flacco, than go with someone who has been riding the bench and is inconsistent in performance whenever he steps onto the gridiron. And then my other team, the Commanders. I'll just read off some of the some of the scattershot signings that they've had. Marcus Mariota, Zach Ertz, Cleveland Farrell, and Austin Eckler. All guys who have not delivered enough in the last couple of years in their time in the league. My only favorite signing out of that was probably Jeremy Chin on a one-year deal. The guy looked like he was going to be a stud safety with the Panthers a couple of years ago during his rookie season. Has been relatively quiet. Hopefully we see a resurgence of him because I really liked him as a rookie. So I'm hoping that works out. But Austin Eckler's lost an edge as a running back. Cleveland Farrell is just not the first-round pick many made him out to be. Zach Ertz also lost an edge at tight end. And Marcus Mariota, I don't know, is exactly a good bridge quarterback for whoever they draft, but we'll see.
I actually like Marcus Mariota as a good bridge quarterback. He's not a guy that is going to come in and win you 10 games, right? But he's a veteran. He's been in multiple offenses around the league, so he's absorbed a lot around the league. And that's kind of like what you want from a bridge quarterback, to Darius's point, as far as like a Jacoby Brissett. He's coming in as a bridge quarterback, right? He's been around the league, been to a ton of different places. He knows a lot of different systems. So it's not going to be as bad as people think. Let's see. Washington is assembling the best team in 2020. Something like that. Huge winner sleeper. Chargers keeping both the edge rusher, Mack and Bosa, very, very big. Absolutely. Jerome clearly disagrees with Chris. Where's you guys King Henry jersey, coach? He doesn't have one, but I do know that he has one of these right here. You know what I'm just saying. But anywho, I'm gonna go my favorite signing without question is Danielle Hunter, to all of Darius's points, right? I mean, the guy had 16.5 sacks last year, led the Vikings in that category, was one of the top guys, and has been one of the top guys for quite some time now. He's 29, he'll be 30 at the start of the season. And the beautiful thing about it is, like, he's still in his prime. The guy is just a freak athlete in addition to that. Now you pair him with the defensive rookie of the year and Will Anderson Jr. on the other side, who was absolutely phenomenal. Character to play with. That's funny. That's good. If you bury me, anywho. So yeah, I love that pairing. Right now, you got a legitimate pass rush. Let me see. I didn't agree with Chris. I laughed at his comment, his commander comment. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you disagreed. I think Chris was being completely 100 there. I think he believes that Washington is assembling the best team in 2020. Anyway, with that being said, I love that. I love that signing. I think it's going to be a great marriage there. With that being said, my least favorite. And let me push back here just a little bit, Darius. I thought the same thing as far as like because that was actually going to be one of the reasons that like Kirk Cousins looking at it from a contractual standpoint, like, man, we overpaid. But then I looked at what his contract actually really is. It's only about $30 million against the cap this year, and a lot of it is front loaded, which is amazing to me because it means we can still draft a young quarterback. He'll be there for 4 years. He can learn under Kirk Cousins. That quarterback can play on a rookie deal. It's a lot of it is front loaded, and in that third year is really only $10 million guaranteed. So if we need to cut ties, we can, and we'll have had a young quarterback sitting under potentially a Hall of Fame quarterback in Kirk Cousins. So I don't think it's the worst. But my worst, without question, I said potentially. I did not say guaranteed. I said potentially.
Future vice president too?
Like I said, anywho, My worst is
Darren's face.
my worst is I'm actually going to agree with Coach. I don't like Derrick Henry to the Ravens, not because I don't like Derrick Henry, not because I don't like the marriage. I think for two reasons. Number one, I think a better running back for that system is Saquon Barkley. You put Saquon Barkley and Lamar Jackson in the same backfield.
God.
That's absolutely that's
People
terrifying.
think I was tripping.
And I'm just being honest, like that right there that's way
would've been-
scarier to me than Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. But that's just me, okay? So that's the first reason. The second reason is, and I got to give credit to Ryan Clark for this. He talked about it. Yeah, the running game wasn't the reason that Derrick Henry doesn't add to their success in the running game. They were the number one rushing team in the NFL last year. Right, like the running game wasn't the problem. That wasn't the issue. So all you did was essentially replace Gus Edwards with, a big physical back, and again, no problem with that. But the running game wasn't the issue. You led the league in rushing, and so the issue was you didn't run the ball. Not that you couldn't. It's that you didn't run the football, and so that's the real issue. It's like it's not that you couldn't. You led the league in it. You didn't run the football.
Rushes in the
AFC
champion.
And so for me, grabbing somebody who is phenomenal at running the football doesn't change what you've already been doing. Kelly Green, Barkley jersey is about to be number one highest selling. I would not disagree with that, Chris. I do
want to say this beforehand, and this is related to the Eagles jerseys and to all the Eagles fans here. Why the heck did you change the logo, the name logo on the jerseys, man? Like that classic depth look that you had that said Eagles on it. It's gone now with some weird simplistic design that you have stretched across. Look up in Fanatics. It is ugly.
Hey, listen, no comment. I'm not going to comment on that. But
blame Nick Sirianni.
One comment.
Okay.
Because Jerome put this in the chat. That all black on the King. That do look good though. I'm just saying that all black on the King.
I gotta wear that.
Anywho, we're gonna
Derrick Henry, stiff arm, Devin White in the all black. Oh, how that look!
That's gonna feed families.
So try to keep Lamar in the pocket more. He has to be the main reason for picking. I mean, I could understand and I could agree with that if he performed well doing that. In the AFC Championship game, we saw them try to depend on Lamar in the pocket and not run the football. Again, it's not that they couldn't; they didn't run the football. They tried to depend on his arm, and unfortunately,
they had so many times they were literally saying, "Lamar, just run the ball.
You're welcome,
We're going to cover your receiver. Run the ball.
Pass rushing.
That's all. Run the ball.
Run the ball." Anywho, let's jump into the next. And I want to know, because there's still some very notable free agents out there. Where are the rest going? Where do you think these guys are headed? Some of the rest of these free agents out there. So, Darius, I'm going to start with you. Talk to me. Where do you think some of these guys are going to land?
I think the biggest one for me that I'm really waiting for, just because of his age, and he was the former number 2 overall pick, Chase Young. I really want to see where he lands. Is he going to stay in San Francisco? I think the logical answer is him staying in San Francisco, but I also can see a team like maybe Minnesota, who just lost Danielle Hunter. They need somebody to replace him, right? So I can see a team like them. Picking him up. I don't think it's possible, but the Miami Dolphins, I can see him coming to the AFC East and going to play with Miami. Can you just imagine that defense with Chase Young? They just got Kendall Fuller in a 2-year deal. You still got Jalen Ramsey, Javon Holland. So I really want to see Chase Young, Tyron Smith, right, former tackle for the Dallas Cowboys, banged up these last couple of years, but when healthy, arguably the second best. Or you can interchange him with Trent Williams. Those two guys are the best tackles in the league when he's healthy. The problem is his health. So where is he gonna go? A team like New England, that would be nice to get to after you lost Trent Brown, to pick him up and get him on a nice little 2-year, whatever, high incentives and high guarantee, whatever you want to do. But those are the two guys that I'm looking forward, just because, the first day of free agency is always fun. And now we're kind of winding down. Now we're going to see where the rest of these guys are going. Are they going to sign in training camp? Are we going to see them sign after the draft? That's the biggest question mark for me. But yeah, Chase Young, Tyron Smith.
I didn't skip up the comment. I posted it. Avery, did you see Kyle Pitts trying to bribe Kirkland Frost for targets by giving up his number 8 jersey? Bros needs for a QB to look at him. There's no real reason to do that, and I know that's a troll, but okay, to your troll, I'll give you facts. Kirk Cousins throws 2 tight ends more than anyone in the league, so he doesn't have to bribe them at all. There you go. All right, Tyron Smith is the best free agent left, especially if you want to do a 1-year rental and develop a rookie. I like that. That's good. Juan, I see your hand.
I'll go a similar route in terms of offensive and defensive, but I'm gonna go with Mike Williams for the Chargers being released. And it's similar to Tyron Smith. When he is healthy, he is arguably one of the best deep ball 50-50 ball catchers in the NFL. He just got released this year because the injuries were just piling up, and that contract was too big for the Chargers to support, as evident by the.
I never said Kyle Pitts was joking.
By evidence of the contractual restructurings of Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. Mike Williams would make any wide receiver core so much better and so much deadlier. He adds a factor to a game that not a lot of ex receivers have, which is true height and power. So I feel like wherever he goes, I'm hoping it's with the Jets because we need a big receiver like that to complement Garrett Wilson. But wherever he goes, he'll already be an upgrade in the room. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Stephon Gilmore, I know he's 30. Yeah, that's true. And then Stephon Gilmore is my other one. Even though he's 33 years old, he proved to be a great starter last year for the Dallas Cowboys. Still helped make that secondary very deadly, even when Diggs went down with that season-ending injury. So, yeah, Stephon Gilmore and Mike Williams may be up there in age, but still viable starters.
I like it. Coach, where do you think some of these guys are going, man? Talk to us.
All right, so since we're doing offensive defense, so I'm looking over everything, and one name really sticks out to me, and it's not, well, this is more so because Mike Williams was taken. I'm looking at Marquise Brown, actually. A guy that, even though he's not the top flight receiver, he's a guy with tremendous speed. He has what we call game-breaking speed, period. You can still use that on any team. And honestly, I think he goes back to the Cardinals. I think now having Kyler full-time will allow that flourishing to happen, actually. And there's no more Rondell Moore. They need a guy as a number one there. They're going to have to draft another guy to pair with him. But if they draft a Marvin Harrison, you pair him with a Marquise Brown, that's a great 1-2 punch right there, I see. But defensively, I'm so surprised that we haven't spoke on this. Why is Justin Simmons not signed yet, people? Why is Justin Simmons not signed yet? That would have been the first guy I reached out to. I don't know about anybody else, but that guy is a baller. Whether you're talking about the All Pros, the Pro Bowls, like this guy has been a consistent threat and then solid secondary for years. And he's now a free agent and no one has touched him. Him and Xavier Howard, guys that can be added to any secondary right now and make a difference.
I dig.
That's exactly what I was going to say. He's got to be asking for a lot of money. That's the only reason why he's not signed yet.
I mean, I don't know. We don't know if he's asking for a lot of money. I just know his agent is probably asking for.
Well, not him, but you know what I mean. Like his price is high.
Here's the thing. He's deserving of a lot of money. But
okay. I don't even think it's the money. I think it's the length. Because you got to think, Justin Simmons is still, 29?
He's not even 30.
If most teams are trying to win a Super Bowl now or get a guy in there to help develop, Justin Simmons on a 3-year deal would be great.
I would have liked
him looking for a 4 or 5 year.
I would have liked Justin Simmons in Philly if y'all didn't bring back CJ. But now to me that would be, I mean, obviously they can play, right? They're versatile. One can play strong. They both can play strong or free, right? I think they're versatile in that regard. But I think you guys, I prefer Justin Simmons over. I mean, listen, I'm just gonna, I'm leaving.
Everybody,
I think all Eagles fans
No, I would
That's
disagree.
the thought process.
I would disagree only because, to Jerome's point, CJ brings something Justin doesn't. CJ brings an attitude. Justin is a great football player, but CJ brings an attitude into that locker room. And to Jerome's point, he said, he was like, they were soft last year. CJ ain't gonna let you be soft. Like CJ, he's just one of those. He's gonna chirp. He's gonna fight. That's what they were saying. That was the report that they might get him. And I mean, if they do get him, again, they're versatile enough. But I still don't necessarily like the fit. But that's just me.
Question real quick.
I'm gonna say, hold on.
Anybody think of where Jamal Adams might land?
Who cares?
Because I'm still curious. Like, does
He's
he
a
have anything left
linebacker.
in the tank?
He's
At
a
this point, like,
linebacker.
does he really have anything left? That's my
He's
only
a
thing.
linebacker.
Because as good as he was as a strong safety, a guy that can come down, play semi linebacker, he was solid in that regard. But
Nobody cares.
he now.
Nobody cares.
He also got injured.
And he can't stay healthy.
So that
Nobody cares about Jamal.
no one is signing veteran safeties right now to big contracts, and
He is
put the blame on
a glorified
Jamal.
linebacker. He's a glorified linebacker.
He's a linebacker.
Nobody cares. Like if he switches to the linebacker, he'll get signed tomorrow. For me, it's two people. It's Odell Beckham Jr. I think he still has a lot left in the tank, and I think a great fit for him is a team with a young quarterback and a young receiving core. And I think that he can come in and just kind of take that receiving core to the next level. I'm not saying he's going to be just a completely impact, like, oh my goodness, he's going to give you 10 touchdowns. He's just going to show these young guys how to do it, and he can do it on the cheap. I think Odell Beckham to the Texans would be a phenomenal fit. You mean to tell me Odell Beckham then gets to mentor a Tank Dell and a Nico and all those? It's going to be really, 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 really nice to see. Now, and again, the Texans were a really good offense last year. So, like, just seeing Odell Beckham in that uniform would be absolutely crazy, especially with them getting Joe Mixon back there as well. I think the Texans will be a great fit for Odell Beckham. Marquise Brown, to your point, Coach, still got it. He's a speedster. If this team picks him up, they're putting the entire league on notice that there's like really nothing you can do with all.
Oh boy.
And the answer is the Philadelphia Eagles. If they get Marquise Hollywood Brown, you mean to tell me Devontae Smith,
All right, I can deal with that.
AJ Brown, and Marquise Hollywood Brown with Saquon Barkley, you can't stack the box because Marquise is running behind you. You can't play too high safety because AJ Brown and Devontae Smith are great route runners and are not afraid of going over the middle. And let's not forget they got Dallas Goedert. You mean to tell, like, bringing in Hollywood Brown to take off the top would absolutely be
As long as you didn't say the Dolphins, I was going to be happy.
Oh no, that would be scary.
The
Dolphins have been getting players like crazy.
Second fit for Marquise would be the Chiefs. Again, you just bring him in, and again, you bring in that speed. So
They don't need it.
You bring
Yeah, they do.
They don't need
Don't give Patrick Mahomes anything.
That's
Listen,
what I'm saying.
Don't
Don't
give
get
Patrick
more.
Mahomes anything.
no MVS.
Brady off of the GOAT pedestal that he is the top of. If it means giving Patrick Mahomes more weapons to get more rings, so should be it.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised. Is all I'm saying. Now on the defensive
Make
side,
it work
of the
for it
football,
like Brady had to.
on the
Give him crappy
defensive
receivers. Give him all slot guys.
on the
and see what he
defense side of the
does.
football, I'm going to have to agree with you, Coach. It's Justin Simmons, man. I would love to see Justin Simmons. I mean, he should obviously be signed. I understand he's probably going to command and deserving of commanding the most money of the safeties on out there, right? But I would love to see, and this is me personally, I would love to see, and again, maybe I'm Homer here, I would love to see Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons on the same football field. That would be absolutely scary. And here's my thing. He's a much-needed upgrade at that second safety position because Richard Grant last year was just flat out terrible. But Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates, obviously, I don't think we have the cap space any longer to nab a guy like him, but that would have been absolutely phenomenal to see. And then you go
That'd be nasty.
that would be
You
phenomenal.
wouldn't want it so deep. You don't throw it deep on them then. That's it. You just don't throw it deep where you get picked.
I'm just
You
saying,
get
like,
picked
or over the middle.
it's just.
I got one more move to say before we wrap up on this one. Chicago, trade Justin Fields or don't trade Justin Fields. I don't care. Make a decision now. All right. Don't do this whole Josh Rosen, Kyler Murray situation where you wait until the day of the draft to actually make a move about it. Enough's enough, man. You're playing with this kid's future to the point where the trade market's dried up. Like, they're not going to give you what you want anymore. So, like, what are you going to do? Trade the pick or trade Justin?
Again,
I don't know.
They don't have to do anything. He's still in his rookie contract. Like, they don't have to do anything. But last but not least, for me, I would like to see Falcons. Again, being homer here, I admit it. Falcons, go get Avonte Maddox. Avonte Maddox is one of the best slot corners in the league. He's terrible outside. But in the slot, the dude can absolutely ball. You got Clark Phillips, who basically balled himself into a starter over Jeff Okudah last year. AJ Terrell, we already know what he's about. Get Avonte Maddox in the slot. Let's get some work. You know what I'm saying? Justin Fields as a backup in Philly would absolutely be phenomenal. That would be great. Backing up Lamar Jackson, that would be phenomenal. I mean, Huntley is doing his thing when he backs up, but just saying. Anywho, last topic, ladies and gentlemen. I want to hear from you guys. Grade your team's off-season free agency so far. Juan, I'm going to start with you. Tell me what you feel about the Jets.
You know, for a guy who said he didn't want to be a distraction, Aaron Rodgers is a freaking distraction. Good Lord. He makes me not want to enjoy any of the offseason moves that we're making, but I'm going to try. What my favorite ones are honestly the re-signing of their special teamers, Greg Zuerlein and Thomas Morstead, their kicker punter combo respectively, might be the only good parts of the teams that you can actually like and look forward to, because Joe Douglas has had the unfortunate habit of not re-signing good kickers and punters when they're on the team. He's always let them go for some reason, but I'm glad he made the right move here. Getting Tyrod Taylor on the roster also helps too. We don't know how healthy Aaron Rodgers is going to be when he steps back onto the field, or if he'll even be vice president. I don't know. So, like, the fact that we got at least someone who has starting experience, who has won in this league, and actually, and whose only detriment is holding on to the ball too long, I'm not really beat up about it. I like Tyrod Taylor. I'm glad he's with the Jets. Javon Kinlaw, hope you can add the same pass rush effect that Bryce Huff did, although I highly doubt it. Otherwise, the San Francisco 49ers wouldn't have let you go. And then trading for Morgan Moses to shore up the right tackle side. Not bad, but he's on the wrong side of 30, and a lot of Jets fans I know hate the move. A lot of Jets insiders love the move because he was so great with the Baltimore Ravens last year, but it's up in the air.
What's your grade? You didn't give a grade.
You telling me to wrap it up? I'm gonna give him a C+. I'll give my Jets a C+ so far.
Yep. All right, cool. Darius, talk to me. What are you grading? The Patriots have done, I mean, not a ton of movement, but some movement. What is your grade so far?
I'll be quick. I'll give us a solid B-. I think trading Mac Jones, you get a 6th-round pick, mutual parting. Both parties needed a fresh restart. You keep a lot of in-house guys in. Kendrick Bourne, I love the energy. I love what he brings to the receiving room. Michael Inu, you keep your right tackle. You get rid of Devontae Parker. You cut him. Obviously, he wasn't cutting it. Bring in Antonio Gibson, I think, is a very underrated signing just because we missed that receiving back, right? You look at a lot of teams now, and most teams are having, if you're going to have a 1-2 punch, a workhorse, and then a guy who would come in third down, come out the backfield and catch the ball, and that's something we kind of lack. Zeke did all right with that in that aspect, but I think Antonio Gibson, he played wide receiver in college, so I love the signing. I give us a B, and then hopefully in the draft we hit on most of our picks, but a B for us right now. B-. I'm sorry.
Not mad at it. Coach, talk to me. What do you grade your team? What do you give them for this free agents?
So for my Ravens, honestly, C+, B-. Yeah, about C+, B-. So Josh Johnson on a 1-year deal. Okay. That's, I guess, okay. That's nice. The Derrick Henry signing, only because it's a 2-year, $16 million. I do like the value there. I definitely like the value there. Nelson Aguilar on a 1-year extension. I'm sorry. When he was in Philly, I still hear to this day about him not being able to catch them babies out the fire like the old head did. But Nelson Aguilar out here dropping them passes. He's not dropping from Lamar right now, but I'm sorry. I don't trust Nelson.
It's not giving the targets to do it.
I love the Madubuike re-signing. Madubuike was an absolute beast for us this year. Whether it was against the run, the pass, he was an animal. And he's trying to, if he can repeat it, be one of those top interior rushers that we talk about, like the Chris Jones and the Aaron Donald types. I would love to see that flourish. So I definitely love the re-signing. I love the Brett Urban re-signing because he's a sneaky good D lineman that has always been on our team and just knows how to make plays when needed. And I do like the Malik Harrison re-signing as well. Again, a guy that can play outside, inside, does a little bit of everything for us. He's another Tyus Bowser or, more so just like a Tyus Bowser, honestly. And that's somebody that we had to let go. So I love the re-signing there. So about a C plus B minus for me.
Okay.
It would be an A if it was a Mike Williams signing on there too.
Not mad at it. Not mad at it. Chris, this is modest. This is not an A minus. Eagles, A to A plus. Like, let's just call it what it is. A to A plus. You got Saquon. You brought back CJ, who already knows the system, who's just a baller in the system. You go out and get Bryce Huff on the other side. That's a phenomenal pass rusher. Devin White, again, I don't like the signing because against the run, he's terrible. But again, he's a good pass coverage linebacker.
Pass coverage and blitzer.
Exactly. And here's the reality. Like, so the reality is like it's an A to an A plus for the Eagles. Been making some really good moves. For me, the Falcons, I was going to go with B if we singularly just signed, Kirk Cousins and kept it moving. But because we signed Kirk Cousins, and then we were able to put some weapons around him. And here's the biggest reason why I give us the grade that we give. We let go of Desmond Ridder. Praise the Lord. I'm going to give us an A minus. We get ourselves a quarterback who is he's competent. Let's just call it what it is. He's competent, okay? Then we surround him with some weapons, right? You already got Drake London. You already got Kyle Pitts. You already got Bijan Robinson. But, hey, let's get you some speed. Let's go ahead and get you some speed, Darnell Mooney, and let's go get you somebody who flat out balled last year in Arizona, Rondell Moore, and we'll let go of Desmond Ridder to do that. I'm absolutely ecstatic with every single move that has been made outside of I just want Justin Simmons, ladies and gentlemen. I want Justin Simmons. I want him bad. I'm just calling.
You don't even want him. You just want Richie Grant going.
Here's the thing. I
want Richie Grant going.
I will bump your grade up from an A minus to a B simply because getting Kirk Cousins also gets you caught tampering, so you might lose some draft capital on that one.
We're not going to get caught tampering, but
not cheating, but it's okay.
Listen, if we get caught tampering, sure, I'll give it a B, but we won't. So
no, we won't.
We won't. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump into the last segment, Hot Take Thursday. Darius, do you have one? Yeah, you don't.
It's not really a hot take. It's a little mild. I think Tyron Smith, what the Panthers are doing, I think he signs with the Panthers. I think he helps that offensive line. They need it. And with that signing, Bryce Young is going to throw for over 4,000 yards and 30-plus touchdowns this season.
Wow. I like it. Shots fired. Juan, hot take.
We don't cheat. We win. And they hate. But go ahead, Juan.
Man, hot take. I'm going to say that Justin Simmons is going to sign with the Kansas City Chiefs. I think he's going to backstab the Denver Broncos and all of Broncos Nation by signing with Big Red because he knows that he doesn't have a lot of time left to win a championship. And if you can fortify an already good secondary in Kansas City, that's a guaranteed chip, and he'll go for it. Simmons to the Chiefs.
I like it. Not mad at it. Shots fired. Again, Coach, hot take.
Last time y'all won.
God,
all right.
Coach,
So
you were bigging it up.
So first off, I I have one, and I also got a special one from the wifey today, gentlemen.
All right.
So, mine would be this. And this is actually going to go along a little bit with what Avery said. If Odell Beckham signs with the Houston Texans, CJ Stroud will not only lead the league in passing yards next year, but he will be MVP. He will be the MVP of the NFL, not the Texans, but the NFL.
I like it.
Second, and this one is specially gifted by wifey, gentlemen. Trade, don't trade. Wherever Justin Fields goes, he's taking that team to the playoffs. Does not matter where he goes. Does not matter if he stays. Wherever Justin Fields goes, he's taking that team to the playoffs.
Now that's a take.
All hail Mrs. Braxton. All hail Mrs. Coach Braxton.
That's a take right there.
That is a
That's
take.
a take.
Now listen,
I like
it was
I like
said
that.
like this. That man has so much to prove now. Whether it's with the Bears, without the Bears, he's going to go in a different animal with the same beast mentality. He's gonna pull out Kobe on this one, gentlemen. I'm just saying.
I like it. I'm not mad at all.
You go
I love
MJ.
it. That's a
He's
really
taking it personal.
That's a good take. Here is my hot take, ladies and gentlemen. The Atlanta Falcons win the NFC. I said it, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1 overall seed, Atlanta Falcons are going to do it. The NFC runs through Atlanta this year. You heard it first.
Y'all gotta play the 49ers, the Eagles.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
You need to start drug testing.
Heard
Drug
it
test.
You
first.
still got,
Drug
you still got
test.
the Buccaneers.
Random.
No. I don't think it's drugs, people. I think he done had too much wine today. It was a good day. It
We
was a
need the
wine
drug
day. It
test.
was a wine down day for him.
You need the drug test ASAP.
The Buccaneers are going to win the NFC South. All right, the Buccaneers, not Mr. King Coles that you got leading.
Number
quarterback
one.
going into a
Number 1.
With Kirk Cousins coming off that injury, right?
yeah.
Yeah, Kirko Frost.
Kirko Frost.
Number 1.
Kirko Frost.
Listen,
Big
I'm sorry.
Kirko.
Listen,
Big
Kirko
Kirko.
Frost about to go down to ATL, and he not going to know how to act.
Kirk
You think him with Jake Jettis was blinking?
All right, y'all. That's going to wrap it up for us at the Air It Out podcast. We appreciate everybody jumping in and joining in and tuning in and leaving your comments. Please do me a favor. Go follow us on all your social media platforms. That's Instagram and Facebook, Inside the Hashes, Twitter or X, Inside Hashes. Go check us out. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and then do the same thing on YouTube. Like, follow, and subscribe, but also turn on the notification button so you can get your comments in here live, just like you saw here today. We love interacting with you all, but more than that, go to the website, www.insidethehashes.com. That is where you can get all the football content, blogs, interviews, podcasts, and so on and so forth. If you don't want to do all of those, all you got to do is scan this QR code right here, okay? It'll take you exactly where you need to be. For Coach Braxton, for the 1+1, and for Darius, my name is Avery. This is the Air It Out podcast brought to you by Inside the Hashes. All I'm saying,
No,
is
we're not
this
listening to
Justin
Kirko
Fields-
All I'm saying is Big Kirko not taking Atlanta to the playoffs. They're not getting the number 1 seed. It's physically impossible.
I'm just
It's
saying.
physically. He's coming off an injury. Like the offensive line still has questions. Like it's not gonna happen.